Good day, everyone. I am Ma'am Clarice, your reading and writing skills teacher. I hope that you're all feeling good despite of the pandemic, despite of the health crisis that we are facing. Nevertheless, we have to accept the reality, and part of it is embracing the new normal. And by doing it so, remind yourselves to follow some health protocols at all times. Please be reminded of the following. Be healthy. Always clean and disinfect. And always observe and maintain social distancing. Alright, so before we formally begin with our session, let us pause for a while for our prayer. Now, let me check your attendance. May I know who are absent today aside from Mr. Silang, who can't join our session for today because of some urgent matters? Alright, so only Mr. Silang is absent. Now, may I ask a volunteer to give a recap of our previous lesson or a brief recall on what we have tackled last meeting? Yes, last meeting, we talked about the 5 patterns of development in writing. And what are they? Let's recap. We have the definition, exemplification, chronology, description, compare, and contrast. And for today's lesson, please be guided with our learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to: number 1, familiarize yourself with the different writing patterns in paragraph development. 2, identify the transitional words and phrases used in the different writing patterns. 3, write a short paragraph using certain writing patterns. And 4, distinguish the uses and the differences of each writing pattern. Now, are you ready for our next pattern of writing? Let's proceed to the 6th pattern of writing, which is the cause and effect pattern. The word cause and effect are very common. When we say, what's the cause of global warming? What are the effects? We can answer that there is global warming because there is too much carbon dioxide. That's one cause. What are the effects? One is that there is intense temperature around the world. And that's a possible effect. Meaning, a cause is why something happens, and effect is what happens. Together, they can be used as a pattern of development in writing. So what's the best graphic organizer for us to use? I think it's Fishbone Map. Have you tried using it? So look at the Fishbone Map here. So you can see here the cause category and the effect, which is the problem. With the cause and effect pattern, the writer can explain how an event or an action leads to another. Here are some of the guide questions before you write this pattern of writing. So you can use this guide question when you or before you write. So we have, why did it happen? What caused it? What does it mean or what does it cause? What are its effects? And how it is related to something else. So here are some of the signal words you can use for cause and effect development of writing. So we have as, because, being that, due to, for the, reason that, in that, in the view of, inasmuch as, one reason, owing to, seeing that, since. And here are some of the signal words for effects. Accordingly, as a consequence, as a result. Consequently, for this reason. Hence, in consequence, so much, that, so that, therefore, and thus. Let's try to take a look on this example. So let us read the paragraph example. Salmonellosis is a type of food poisoning caused by Salmonella enterobacterium. People who are infected with such illness experience abdominal cramps, fever, and diarrhea. Consequently, they suffer from severe dehydration, vomiting, headaches, and body aches. Furthermore, salmonellosis can lead to complications such as Riter's syndrome or focal infections. So, let us first look for the topic sentence in the paragraph. So, basically and usually, the topic sentence is found at the beginning of the paragraph, stating the cause. Then the next sentence or the rest of the sentences are the effects of the illness called salmonellosis. So what are some of the signal words we can see? So we have the signal words and they are consequently. We also have furthermore. Alright. So let's move on to the next pattern of writing. So the seventh pattern is the problem and solution. So there is a famous cliche that in every problem there is always a solution. Well, this pattern divides information into two main sections. One that describe a problem and one that describe a solution. So the problem section answer the WH questions or the who, what, where, when, why, and how of the problem. So mostly when we use this pattern, it requires more paragraph because you need to write the details of the problem and the solution to the problem. Well, you can see in this paragraph, the underlined are some of the signal words found in the paragraph. So how many signal words can you identify in the paragraph? So you have however, nonetheless, first, although, and second. So here is an example of a problem solution paragraph. So in this paragraph, the underlined words, again, the underlined are the signal words. And then, we can see, basically, the topic sentence is at the beginning of the paragraph. And since it is a problem solution paragraph, the rest of the sentences are the details of the problem, and the latter part or the last part of it is the solution. So the writer now is drawing a solution or concluding a solution from the described problem. Alright, so we finished discussing the 7 patterns of development in writing. So how was it? Is it easy? So in general, what signal words help you understand identifying different patterns in development? But don't forget that getting the main idea or the topic sentence is much more important in identifying what is the pattern of the sentence. So which pattern of development is your favorite so far? are you ready for our quiz? It's time to identify the main idea, the pattern of development, and the signal word in each paragraph. Again, I will give you 2 examples of paragraph, and then in each paragraph, you will identify first the topic sentence or the main idea. Second, you need to identify the pattern of development. And last, what are the signal words used in the sentence or in the paragraph? So for the points, I will give you 1 point if you identify the topic sentence, another 1 point for the writing pattern, and 3 points for the signal words. So in each paragraph, you will receive 5 points. So I will give you 2 paragraph examples. So on in all, this is for 10 points. So are you ready? Let's read it all together. Let us have the first paragraph. So there are several reasons why many of us choose our eating habits. And I will outline below some of these reasons. Those of us who watch a lot of TV may contribute advertisements to our choice of snacks. On the other hand, the generation who grew up with fresh produce probably flavors fruits and vegetables as a result. There are, however, some of us, despite having access for fresh fruits and veggies, still reach out to a salty snack late at night. And this choice may be due to our upbringing. As you can see, these are some of the reasons behind some of our eating habits. So in 10 seconds, I want you to identify what is the topic sentence and what is the writing pattern, as well as the signal words used in the paragraph. Timer starts now. So time's up. So first, what is the topic sentence in the paragraph? Yes? Yes, you're right. The topic sentence in the paragraph is that there are several reasons why many of us choose our eating habits. And what do you think is the writing pattern used in the paragraph? Correct! The pattern of the paragraph is cause and effect. So, what are the signal words used in the paragraph? So we have the word on the other hand, as a result, however, and as you can see. So those are just some of the signal words used in the paragraph. So let us have the second paragraph. So for the second paragraph, I will give you time to read it. Time's up. So, let us identify what is the topic sentence or the main idea in the paragraph. Correct! The main idea in the paragraph is that obesity has become a major health issue for North Americans. And since it is the problem, the rest of the sentences or the details or the supporting sentences or the what? Is that the solution already? So the next sentences or the rest of the sentences are the details of the problem. And what do you think is the writing pattern in the paragraph? It is the problem and solution writing pattern. So what are the signal words that helps you identifying that the paragraph is an example of a problem solution writing pattern? So which we have in addition, what else? We also have this, And we have furthermore. So those signal words help us to identify that the paragraph is an example of a problem solution paragraph. So the last sentence or the latter part of the paragraph states or explains the solution or the possible solution on our problem. So now let me know your scores. So for your assignment, I want you to answer this question: how can school adapt to changing technology? So we know that in this time of pandemic, changing or advancing in technology is very important. So I want you to answer, or I want you to focus on the question, how can school adapt, okay, to changing technology? And you will be graded based on this rubric. Okay. So after the session, I will give you the link on where you will be sending your outputs. So if you have questions or any confusions, feel free to ask me. So that's all for today, my dear students. I hope you learn a lot. See you next time!